Hey, I want to show you something really cool. Check it out. So if I take two beakers and I put one inside of the other, the beakers are glass, so I can see the smaller one inside the bigger one. And if I add a bunch of water to the beakers, I can still see both beakers in the water. But if instead of adding water, I add cooking oil, the smaller beaker disappears.
Whoa!
So why does this happen? Basically, when light travels, it travels in a straight line until it hits something that is a different density than the air that it's traveling through. Density is how tightly packed the molecules of a substance or matter are together. Now, different liquids have different densities. Some are more dense than others. Now, when that light travels, it actually bends a little bit. This is called refraction. So when that light bends a little bit, it's going to travel in a slightly different direction through whatever that substance is that's new. So in this case, we're traveling straight until we hit the glass. When the light hits the glass, that glass is more dense than the air around it, so it's going to bend a little bit. The light will continue to pass through until it hits the air again. When it passes through the other side of the glass, it'll bend back to the way it was before. Then it's going to hit the second layer of glass from this inside beaker, bend again, and then bend one more time on the way out, repeating this pattern on the other side. Because it's bending and bending and bending and bending, this causes our eyes to see a difference in the objects because the light is not going straight all the way through. But in the beaker over here, this oil has a similar density to the glass. Right? So what happens is the light is going to be passing through the air. It's going to come into contact with the glass and refract or bend. But then when it hits the oil, that density is really, really close to the same as what it already was. So instead of bending back like it did for the air, it's just going to keep going. And because it's going to keep going and it's not going to shift and change and shift and change, our eyes don't perceive a difference. And that is why it looks to us like the beaker has disappeared. Now, there's actually a fancy science word for this. The amount that light refracts when passing through mediums of certain densities is called its refractive index. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to search low and high, far and wide. Check out your kitchen. Look for a bunch of different liquids. You could use cooking oil, experiment with all kinds of things that you can find. See if you can discover another household liquid that has a similar refractive index to the glass or the cooking oil, because if you find one, you will locate another liquid that will make the inner beaker disappear.
The possibilities are endless. What are you going to make?